The response to the idea of regime change is no, never, not again. The president said unconditional surrender is what he wants from Iran. Now, unconditional surrender was novel when we applied it to Japan and Germany in the Second World War. Unconditional surrender means you're going to decapitate the government, you're going to create a vacuum. Political nature abhors a vacuum, and into the vacuum flows the troops, the occupation troops, Leland, of the nation that created the vacuum. It's not going to be Israel, it would have to be us. And the last thing we want to do is have American boots on the ground trying to rebuild from the ground up a democratic, tolerant society in a sectarian-riven, formerly Islamic republic of which we know little.
What if unconditional surrender means unconditional surrender of the Iranian nuclear program? You're okay with that?
That's not an unconditional surrender. It's the surrender, as you say, of a program. Unconditional surrender means everything, that all the powers of the government disappear. Now, is the Iranian government illegitimate? Of course it is.
Is it evil? Of course it is.
By American standards. We say in the Declaration, all governments derive their just powers from the consent of the government. And there's no consent over there. But there is hope for Iran. Iran is a demographically young society. In spite of all the regime's efforts, it is porous to the internet, to cell phones and all the rest. It has a lot of young, striving, upwardly mobile people, and they could rebuild it. We don't know how.
They say, look, we don't need the American government. We don't need boots on the ground. What we need is for the U.S. and Israel to take out the Iranian nuclear program, to take out the Ayatollah and others, and leave it to us, because the Iranian people, 61% Persian, who did have a Western-friendly, and in fact, many would say a Western government in Tehran before the Iranian Revolution, will come back. They know what that freedom is like, and they will once again deliver it.
That's a sanguine view, too sanguine, I'm sure, but it's the only possible outcome of this. What Americans know how to go in and say, we're going to bring you a constitution, we're going to bring you leaders. An American general, McChrystal, good man, wonderful warrior, spoke of bringing into Afghanistan a government in a box. Governments don't come in boxes. Governments are organically developed out of the population. If we decapitate the regime, and if there's turmoil, there will be turmoil, and there will be bloodshed, and there will be awful. But if you look back, if you read anything about the American Revolution, which was a kind of civil war, you had the Loyalists and the Patriots, and a third of the country said, just leave us alone, and it was pretty ugly.